I have been sent a brand new rangefinder from Golf Buddy, and today guys we're talking a little bit about how we can get affordable rangefinders that can help you lower your scores. Today we're on the 6th hole here at Woolley Park, and you will see by the flyover we do have a dogleg to the left and we can't really go for the green. You can see it opens up around the green, but I've really got to play a shot that is a layup. I've got to lay up into the fairway, not too far in this fairway, otherwise I'll be blocked out, and not too short because I'll also be blocked out. So we want to use a rangefinder, and again Golf Buddy have sent me this to test out today. This is coming in at around about £169 at the moment, so certainly on the lower end of the price points for rangefinders. But how I'm going to use it is here on this hole, you will have seen by the flyover, we do have a stake, so we have a black and white stake in the middle of the fairway, and that is at 200 yards. So exactly what we'd expect from this rangefinder. We're getting a little bit of flag lock, it's locking onto that 200 yards. So everyone then will go, well, 200 yards, I can get my driver out to 220, so it doesn't matter, I'll go a little bit longer. But what we want to use this for now is to actually see how far the trees are at the far end of the fairway. So we have 260 yards to those trees at the back. So obviously what I then want to do is think, right, okay, I can't really go much more than 220 because I know I'll be blocked out because I've played here before, hopefully. And from there, now I've got to pick a club, and everyone normally tries to go a little bit further than they probably should. For me there, 200 to 220 is going to be a 4-iron. So I've used my rangefinder there, not just for one point, because how many times I see people just get, for example, even the flag. You might just lock onto the flag because you're going into the green, but you maybe don't see how far it is to get onto the front edge. There might be bunkers all the way in the front of the green. You need to make sure you know what is going to carry that, because yes, you might hit your 7-iron 135 yards, but if it needs to carry 125 yards and you haven't got that carry in you, then you're struggling straight away. So 4-iron for me here is going to, hopefully, with a good strike, get me into position A and gives a good shot into the green. So they're fading just right, but that club will be the right distance to give me the shot in. Yes, it is right of that, but distance-wise, that should be perfect. So let's go down there and see what I'm going to do with a rangefinder now, again, to help you lower your scores this year. So you can see here we have finished just short of the stake. We are a little bit to the right and I can just see that flag. So you can see here a very tricky hole. So think about your golf course. Is there a hole where it's a little bit fiddly? You need to get yourself into position, and that's exactly what you need to think about. Right, what's going to get me in that gap and still be able to hit the green? Because it's not the longest hole here, but it's certainly not the easiest. So now what we're going to do, and this is what I want you to do at your golf course, obviously, again, with this Golf Buddy Lite 2, we also have slope on there. So we are able to use slope, obviously, when we are not playing in competition. So that's the big thing. We're not playing in competition, so we can use this. So if you've got a rangefinder with slope, start to figure out on your golf course what holes have what elevation, because then you start to go, well, I know it plays 10 yards uphill, so although I've got 150, I know it's more of a 160, so what club is that? Because I would say 99% of golfers come up short. It's very rare that we see people go long. Here we're actually a little bit downhill, so this is 130 yards playing 125. So straight away for me there, it's still the same club, it's still a pitching wedge, but I know it is not going to be a full pitching wedge for me. So let me grab that now. And I know here, obviously, I also got the front edge of the green. I know to get onto the front edge of the green, it was around about 120 yards. So countering in the downhill again, 115 yards. So I know this club is going to carry on there. And I'm just going to make a normal swing, a good setup, and then commit to my shot. So nice towering shot there, just left of the flag. And if we look at distance, just past pin high. And this is for you. Start to think, do you know your exact numbers? Do you know how far each club goes? Because that's what you need to do to lower your scores. So you can see there it has pitched and stopped just past, I'd say a yard past where I've got it. So knowing my numbers and using the rangefinder to plot my way around, I've got an outside chance at a birdie, but I've made that hole very easy, because how many times I see people get on there, use the wrong club. Sometimes I've got a driving iron out there, gone a little bit too far, I'm blocked out there, and then I end up in the bunker and I turn a relatively easy hole into a hard hole. Or like most people, James Robinson mainly, gets the driver out, thinks he can hit that elusive high draw that he's not played for about 3 years, and he ends up in the rough. He ends up in the trees, it hits the tree, it comes back, it makes it a hard hole. So just because it's a short hole and you could get there, playing it the easy way, using a rangefinder to your advantage, can really give you a lot more of these chances. And these are the chances that, yes, we might not hole all of them, but if we just hit one more green around, on average that's going to, in strokes gained wise, is going to save you a shot. And if we can save a few more shots per round, we can get that handicap going in the right direction this year. Oof, just. But let's move on, let's talk about what else this rangefinder has, because rangefinders are certainly getting expensive, getting really up there towards £500, maybe as much as a new driver. But what has this got, or what hasn't this got, compared to those? So let's talk about the technology. Obviously the market leading features we've got in here: faster measurement speeds with the ZST technology, designed with a compact design for optimal grip, so it's not too big, which again is a one big thing with rangefinders. They were getting bigger and bigger, heavier and heavier, but this is nice and light and compact. We have the easy pin finder mode, so press and hold, and we do have the flag lock on there. We can take off slope and we can put it on, so again very easy to do that. For 5 seconds, hold the button on the top, that will allow that to go on and off if you're playing in a competition or just having a friendly round. Again, we've got a nice bright LCD clear measurement with a bright 6x magnification viewfinder, exactly what we start to see on all rangefinders. So again, at this price point, I have now found it online actually, you can get this for as low as $129.99, which is a great price. We can see that we can obviously lock on to par 4s. The range is saying that it will do up to 880 yards. I don't think you're ever going to get a hole that long, but if you needed to, then you can do that. Again, it is water resistant and it is USGA and RNA legal for handicap and tournament play, and we also know that it comes with a clip-on carry case. So let's get back out there and let's see what we're going to do on this par 4 to help you lower your scores. So 16th hole here at Woolley Park, we are looking at a 386 yard par 4, and you'll see by the flyover it does go uphill towards the green. So what we're going to do here with the rangefinder is play the hole backwards. So get the full length of the hole, see what it's playing today off the tee. So here obviously we do have the range to get the flag, so we are looking at exactly 380 yards, so a little bit less than what it is saying on there, and we are forward. So again, picking up the full length of the hole with the rangefinder. From here, if I hit a good drive, I'm going to leave myself, I'd probably hit it about 300 yards. It's a little bit downhill to the fairway, maybe 310. That's going to leave me a 70 yard shot uphill. And think about it for yourself. What is a number that you like? For me, if I get a little bit too close and hitting it uphill, I don't like that because I can't necessarily flight in a wedge. And for you, it might be that awkward distance where it's not quite a full sand wedge. It's one of those fiddly ones where I've got to take a bit out, and you've not practiced those. And again, guys, short game lessons, if you're looking for those, drop me an email on that email below to improve that area. But for me, I'm going to play for around about 120, 130 yard shot, just like I've played on the last, because I know that's a nice pitching wedge for me. That's a controlled one, and that allows me to again have some confidence over the ball and be a little bit more aggressive than I maybe be from 70 yards. So for me, I'm going to hit a 3-iron. So I've got a 3-iron utility in here. That should leave me that elusive 130, 120, 130 number, which is going to be the optimum shot for me. Right, so 3-iron hybrid here, or 3-iron utility even. I'm going to aim up the left-hand side of the fairway here. Normal shot with this is a little fade. Get it back to the middle, then it should leave that elusive number that I want into the green. So think yourself, what is your favourite club? What is your go-to club? And for me here, I'm not necessarily saying lay it back to a 7-iron, because we know obviously the likelihood of you hitting a 7-iron closer than a wedge is obviously not great. But if you prefer to hit a full shot, then maybe leave yourself your full 56, or try and leave yourself your full 56, or even between your 56 and your pitching wedge. If that's a range that you like, then that's an area that you should go to, because like I say, if we can be more positive and aggressive into the green with your scoring irons, that's how we're going to lower your scores. So down the left hand side, give myself a good shot in. So started left, fading back nicely, and that's just caught the left half of the fairway. So let's get up there now, guys. It's uphill into the green, so what's that going to do to me choosing a golf club? So again here, left myself that perfect distance, so 125 yards, but it's playing 135 uphill. So again, it's still that pitching wedge, even though it's gone 10 yards up. So this is where you need to know with your clubs, what's the furthest your club can go, and obviously what is your average you're going to hit that. So what is your normal 8 out of 10 swing, your nice imbalanced shot, and then if you need to get that a little bit further, how far will a good struck one go? And that's what you need to practice on the driving range. And start to get on the driving range, even with your rangefinder, start to obviously look at targets. Again, at Waterfront Golf, they have a TrackMan range. So TrackMan range, it will tell you the distance, but you can still get used to getting your rangefinder out there, checking distances, going to different targets, and really starting to dial in your scoring numbers. Because obviously your scoring irons are the ones that are going to help you get your scores down. So let's say from your 8 iron, your 7 iron, you might class that as your scoring iron. So really start to know those numbers. Know what a 3/4 shot is. Know what a knockdown one is. If it is, obviously, if you're playing into the wind, if you play links golf, then you'll need to know these shots. So for me here, this is just going to be a nice, controlled pitching wedge. Start line, straight at the flag, in balance, and that looks to maybe have hit one of the slopes on this 3-tier green. I might have a longer putt, but I think obviously front to back, that is pretty good. So we can see here another pin high number, so another pin high shot. I've got the right number, I know what my clubs are doing. And you'll see there with the tech in this rangefinder, obviously price point is a big thing and a big talking point, not only with obviously clubs at the moment, but also your rangefinders, your watches, and everything you are probably looking to get as the season gets going. There's plenty of good options out here. Golf Buddy, again, right up there with the best on the market with all the different things they've got. But are you, like I said at the start of this video, are you maybe a watch person? Do you prefer to have something on your watch? Do you like that instead of trying to get a number with a rangefinder? Sometimes you might have the shakes like I do after a few Madries, and I can't quite lock on to the flags that I'm looking to get. So you've got to think there, do you prefer a watch? Do you like a watch because it gives you that front, middle, back on most watches? We have got a watch to test that was ranked in the top 5 watches of 2023, so it'll be very interesting to see how we get on with that. What it offers a little bit more maybe than a rangefinder, but is the price then going to jump up? That's the big question. But 2 holes in here, I've not had to hit my driver here at Woolley Park, and I've really been able to make these 2 holes a little bit easier. Making sure I plot my way round, still got a little bit of work there, but plotting your way around using your rangefinders maybe makes you think a little bit about your shots. You're not just talking to Bobby and then going straight in with any old club you've picked out of the bag, hitting that, not focusing on what you have got. Make sure you are getting those numbers and plotting your way around to help lower your scores this year. It's a very simple and quick way to do it. It's not changing your technique, it's just making sure you take the time and care to know how far your clubs go. Make sure you're taking into account the slope on your golf course and getting the ball in the hole in less shots. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. And again, if you want to check out Golf Buddy, there is a link in the description below for you to go and check out the range of products they have got. Plenty of options if you're a watch person, if you're a rangefinder. There's all different price points to help you this year.